Actually, Josh Benson is here with me. He runs our bicycle and pedestrian unit, and he will be the one to run through the presentation. So I'll just pass out copies. If there aren't enough, we have 30. All of this is on our website.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Margaret. So my name is Josh Benson, and as Margaret said, I oversee the bicycle and pedestrian units at DOT, and what is being passed around now is this is the low-tech version. Sorry, because we knew if this schedule was tight, we had to go with the low-tech, but it's kind of nice because you can see everything up close. There's this presentation plus a little bit more is on the DOT website, so nyc.gov/DOT, and if you search on Union Square, you can get even a little bit more detail. The cover page, if everyone, if you pass around, everyone gets one. The cover page is a photo of Union Square at the northwest corner of Broadway, 17th Street, and Union Square West, which is sort of one of the key focus areas of this project. It's an intersection that it doesn't perform well from a safety perspective. We have more crashes here than we'd like to see, and I'm sure everyone's familiar with in front of Petco. It's a confusing intersection. It's not ideal, and it's one of the things we would like to improve with this project. So that's just to kind of give you a perspective of what we were looking at when we first started into this project. If you flip to the second page, it's double-sided, so it's on the back of the first page. You can see we have 4 real major focus areas of improvement that we'd like to address with this project. There's 2 intersections, the one on the cover, 17th and Broadway, Union Square West, and then at the south end of the square, 14th Street, University Place, Union Square West. These 2 kind of jump out when you run the safety numbers, crashes. Those 2 intersections jump out, so we'd like to make safety improvements there. The corridor of Broadway between 23rd Street and 17th Street, between Madison Square and Union Square. This is a corridor that right now is carrying a lot less traffic than it used to because we've made changes to the street at Madison Square and further up on Broadway. And so we believe it can be made safer now with the lesser amount of traffic that's on it. Opens up some new opportunities for us to make safety improvements. And then there's a lot of truck access needs for this area. There's a green market, as you well know. There are a lot of major businesses here that rely on truck deliveries, so we want to ensure that all the truck deliveries can continue to happen, and just generally rationalize the traffic network. There's some irregularities with the traffic network here that contribute to some of the issues that you're seeing out there, and chief among those is 17th Street between Union Square West and Park Avenue is 2-way, whereas the rest of 17th Street is 1-way. So it's a weird anomaly that kind of, we think, is contributing to some of the safety issues that we're seeing out there. If you flip to the next page, it's labeled 17th Street and Broadway. There's a plan view in the background, the white image showing, looking straight down onto the intersection, and coming down from the top of the page is Broadway, and coming across the page is 17th Street. And the blue lines are showing all the different traffic movements that occur there. And it's a remarkably complicated intersection for what is essentially just an ordinary crosstown street, 17th Street. And then the purplish red line is the pedestrian movement. If you're walking just on the south sidewalk of 17th Street, this is your path. You kind of have to divert around. It's not a direct path. So it's complicated. The trucks, if you see in the photo on the upper right, the Green Market trucks park right along the curb. So a lot of pedestrians end up walking in the street to get across to walk along 17th Street, which is something we'd rather not have happen. And just generally, if you can picture yourself out at that intersection, the way the signal works, because 17th Street is 2-way there are actually 3 phases in the signal. A normal intersection has 2 phases. One you know, the one street gets a green, the other has red, and then it reverses. With this unusual configuration, there are 3 phases, one for Broadway, one for 17th, and then one just for pedestrians to cross. And what happens is, when you split the signal into 3 phases, each phase is shorter, so everyone ends up waiting longer, and we get a lot of jaywalking, because people get impatient and they go. So one of the objectives here is to simplify that intersection so that we don't need that 3rd phase anymore. We can go back to a standard 2-phase, and we can reduce that jaywalking. And one of the other objectives is to provide some sort of pedestrian access along where those Green Market trucks are parked, so they don't have to walk in the street any longer. So everyone flip to the next page for me.